Welcome everybody to the channel. This is my Spout Nest daughter time-lapse film. So this is the Hornet versus the spider. So what had happened here, unbeknownst to me, I've been watching this this Hornet while I'm setting up my camera shots and things, and I noticed that she started getting really agitated about this one side of the nest. And I was like, what the heck is she doing? She looked like she was like chewing at this part of the envelope here. So she had an outer layer that she had built down. And I'm like, what is she doing? Like, because all I saw her was doing this. Like, she's like jabbing at the one part of the paper. Well, I couldn't see that there was a spider in there. And so it wasn't until after I had filmed an entire day worth of film, and I went and was watching it on my software, and then I saw these little tiny legs peeking out from underneath the envelope. And I couldn't believe it. At first I thought it was another hornet. I was like, well, maybe another hornet got in there or whatever. And I'm like skipping through, I'm like watching the whole bit, and finally it just unfolds. Like I couldn't believe it. There was a freaking spider in there. So I wanted to go out and I wanted to remove that spider. So I waited till the next morning, and I actually was able to see, which I'm not sure you see too much of it here, like in the way she laid it, but in between the envelope, the spider had actually like started to weave her silk between the two parts of the envelope. And so I guess she was starting to make a nest. Well, you can kind of see her legs peeking out now. So now you'll see that the hornet here is actually like jabbing, trying to bite the spider, and then the spider like lunges back and like tries to fang the hornet. Oh my god, like it gets really intense towards the middle here. I did cut out a good bit of it because this had gone on for hours. I mean, this is just like, this was day one. So this is the footage that I was watching initially before I realized it was a spider. And so this is the first day. Then when you see the second day, you'll see that the envelope is chewed, right where she's standing. You'll see that the envelope is actually chewed in. Like she had actually started trying to cut it out to try to get back to the spider. And then you start to see her the following day start ripping the silk. So you'll see like her start chewing on the silk, and then the spider starts getting agitated, like, what are you doing messing with my nest? Well, listen, dude, you're trying to make a nest at my house, and that's just not cool. You know, that's what she's saying. So, a couple things you notice here. There is only one bald-faced hornet. So when I went on vacation to the beach, somewhere between those couple days, she disappeared. I don't know if it's because of the spider or if a bird got her, but something happened. All right, so now you start to see the spider. Look at that thing. What a monster. So she kind of like gets the spider out, and you start to see, I forget what's at the top left or the top right, you see the spider like crawl in the wood up top of it, like there it goes. Yeah, that's pretty wicked. And then another point here, so everything seems like it's honky-dory. She got it out of the nest, she checks it a couple times, okay, the thing's gone, I should be good in the hood. And then she flies away to go and forage for the larva, and the spider comes back and tries to find its way back into the nest. I think it's this part here. Yeah, the top left. Creepy little thing. And it turns and faces, and you see like these like turquoise fangs. Look at that. What a monster. But that hornet knows, man, like as soon as that spider starts walking on the nest, she can hear it. Like she can sense that sound. I think this is the top right. You see the spider again start to come around the side of the nest. Yeah, that's pretty intense. Just seeing those legs. Oh my gosh. That abdomen is huge. So anyhow, so we did have 3 adult hornets in this nest, or yellow jackets if you want to be technical. We'll just say hornets for the time being. I don't know what happened to her. The queen isn't in the nest anymore, so this is probably going to be kind of a short-lived colony, because once these adults hatch out of here, there's really, I mean, there's no one's going to be laying any more larvae to then sustain the colony. So what will probably happen is they will, you know, try to tend to the new larvae as long as they can and get sustenance from them, and then they're going to get pretty aggressive because they're not going to have a food source, and they're going to be trying to go out and foraging for nectar and things. So right now we just have one of the daughters, so that's why now this video is called the Spout Nest hornet daughter, or however I worded it there, because there's no queen. I did a couple shots where I was like tapping on the nest, trying to stir up some activity in there, thinking maybe the queen was up inside behind the comb, but she's not behind the comb, so I don't know. So either she's gone completely and she's just, you know, been eaten by a bird or whatever, or the spider got her. Could have been that too. That spider's got a big abdomen on it. It's been eating something. So here comes the spider again. I did a bunch of shots of her just crawling, or she just crawling around. I'm assuming it's a she. She's probably pregnant. That's probably why she's trying to make a nest in this hornet nest, because she wants to have some easy access to food. And I think at this point she actually climbs in between the envelope now. An envelope is the term that is used for the paper. So I've kind of gotten some ridicule by a couple of the experts that watch my videos and telling me to use the term envelope for the paper. I just used paper because it's a term everybody understands. But so there she goes. So she's climbing up into the full term is actually paper envelope, but people want me to use the proper terminology. So anyhow, so she's climbing up in there. Now, you see it's cut away at the top left here. So that's what she'd been lunging and chomping at it. And I don't have any audio on this video right now, but you can hear that paper like crunching and stuff because she's biting at it. Now that little stringy stuff, that's the silk that the spider had weaved or wove, however you want to word that, to then like bind to make a nest. So that would have been like a little cocoon thing that she probably would have her babies in. And you start to see her lunge because now, I mean, it's a battle. The hornet is trying to protect her nest, which is the original nest, and the spider's trying to protect her nest, which is that silk. And it's like, I mean, the spider really can't be upset with the hornet for wanting to not want her there. You know what I mean? So she's been, she starts attacking. They really kind of go at it here in the next little bit. So I know that I said that I was going to let this nest be as natural as possible. So if there was some sort of demise to the colony, I was going to let it happen. I was going to film it. But I wanted it to happen without me knowing about it. So when I started watching this stuff, when I started seeing this freaking spider in here, I couldn't just like let it happen then. I already knew about it. So I had to do something. So I did intervene after the fact. And maybe I'll get some ridicule for that, but I kind of want to see, now that the queen's already gone, I kind of want to see how the rest of these daughters maintain the nest and what actually happens from this point, because there isn't much documentation on what will happen outside of a queen being gone. I mean, I've read some things about there being queenless nests and colonies and things, but not this early stage. So from a scientific perspective, I want to see what happens here. So I let them kind of, I mean, this is in between like me figuring out like how I'm going to get that spider out of there without being attacked by the hornet, because then it'd be like a freaking, you know, I think I'm helping the hornet by getting the spider. The hornet thinks I'm trying to attack the nest, and now she's stressed, man. You can see that she's stressed. She does climb in here at one point. Like, she just goes in here, like, regroups a little bit, you know, pets herself down, gets that silk out of her mouth, and then she runs right back out to start, like, going after that spider. And you can just see how stressed she is. Like, she's, like, lunging at this thing. It's like, man, do I attack it and get bit? Do I just, like, yeah, like right here, like that biting. She's biting at the paper envelope. And then at one point here, she's like starts flapping her wings, and so at this point she flew off, and I was coming down the driveway and I saw her fly off. So I had already gotten a clothes hanger and like unraveled it and made just like a piece of wire, and I had a plan to just shuffle that thing up inside. So this is me putting it up into the paper envelope between the layers and trying to get the spider out. I couldn't see the spider, but knew she was in there. And then here I get to one point, the spider runs around, jumps out, and I had a little medicine bottle there, and unfortunately it wasn't on camera, but I scooped it up into the medicine bottle and planned to let it meet its demise. Not by my hand, though. There it is. But I say some choice words about it. And I decided, you know what? let's let it meet its demise at the hands of my chicken. So Ginger was the candidate because she was the only one close by. That's the spider, and that's Ginger going to town on it. No fear. Look at that. What a raptor.
And just like that. Good job, Ginger.
And a couple strokes for good luck. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this, please like and share. If you haven't been here before and you're not a subscriber already, please subscribe to my channel. And I usually have a video posting about once every week or so. Alright guys, I'll see you guys on the next one.